Testing. 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 Hello, Belinda Cook. How are you? I am trying to test some new equipment, so please bear with me. And then I'm going to be working on the city as well. As soon as I can see if I can get some of this working anyway. Brick Sergeant, General Hammond, Papa's Bricks, sometimes Bat, sometimes Bruce Wayne. You can hear me. Awesome. What I have is I have a wireless headset on, so that's a really big important thing. And it's because what I'm going to be doing is walking over to the build area here in just a minute. I'm just trying to get and make sure everything's working the way I want it to. I was also going to try and do the sound. I'm looking for an output location is what I was trying to do. Trying to figure out how I can justify or pick my output. I might end up having to do this on another stream, though, or the sound anyway, on another stream. And hey, Kenneth Swan, and greetings to New Jersey, John Garrett. Tell you what, let's just run with it, and let's do, because I have everything displayed the way I want it, so you're not going to see me in this little camera. Awesome. You can hear me. Great. Okay, I want you guys to keep talking to me and make sure that you can still hear me, because I'm physically going to be walking across the barn. And I'm hoping you guys can actually see me walking over here and talking, because this is part of the new system I'm working on. I do have my screen over here so I can look up and see comments, which is what I wanted to have. I know the microphone probably sounds a little different than everybody's used to, but I'm hoping it's something everybody can get used to. As far as the sound, so I was trying to get a little music going also. Excuse me for that. Yes, everything is great. It's just to kind of throw things out there. What it was is there was a drive-by shooting at my son's apartment complex. Luckily, he wasn't, and thank you, General Hammond, I appreciate that. Luckily, he wasn't even home at the time, but the thing was is my wife couldn't get a hold of him. And because she had saw it on the news, it freaked her out. So that's why I had to hurry up and go. But I'm hoping, with me doing what I'm doing, the way that I'm doing it now, I'm hoping this will be a better setup for live streams, and then I can actually come over here and then talk with you guys while I'm actually doing city building. General Hammond says, fancy setup. Kenneth Swan says the mic is still sounding good, and that's awesome to hear. That's exactly the kind of feedback I'm hoping for. I'm struggling trying to, because I was going to try and have a little music going as well. And it doesn't seem like it wants to work the way I want it to. So I think I'm going to have to shut the music off, unfortunately, and I will have to work on that another day, I think. I am setting that off now so that way I don't hear it, because it keeps kicking in and out. Anyway, as long as you guys can hear me and as long as you can see me, to me this is a successful test, and I'm just going to go ahead and start trying to work on things. One of the first things, it's like I told everybody, is once I got most of my table and everything cleaned off, I wanted to start laying out my track. And thank you, Kip Hoffman. He says, liking the setup. And I hope because I do have a really bad habit of sniffling and clearing my throat. It's one of my disorders, we'll call it, nasty habits. So I apologize for that if that bothers anybody, but I try to control it so I'm not doing it too much. But one of my goals for once I got some stuff cleaned up is I wanted to start getting my train track going. So that's why I thought this would be the perfect way to test the setup. I have all my train track right here, and I am going to be using the 9-volt track. Yes, I do need a lot more buildings. I haven't been doing a lot, and I'm sure as you guys, this is a test. This is only a test. This is a test of your emergency broadcast system. But one of the things I was going to say is, if you guys remember, I had built these extensions right before I started doing the commission job. So it does look like a big, vast, empty space. But some of the things that I'm going to be doing once I get the train track set up is I want to try and start bringing, because over here is where I have a lot of my official Lego modular buildings, and I want to start trying to get some of those on the table. And then I'm going to start building other things as well. I do intend on, like earlier today, holy crap. I didn't know I had these. Those were in the box. How freaking awesome is that? Earlier today, for those of you that weren't here, I had worked on and put together Privet Drive from Harry Potter. And part of the reason that I did that is because that is a section of the city that I intend on doing, where I have an actual Privet Drive in my city. And how do I want to put that? So to me, that's going to be another really fun, option or thing that's going to be going on. I sure hope I have enough track anyway, because I know it's a lot. For those that don't remember, this was, I'm trying to remember, what did I spend? $1,100 on all this? But I got a ton of track, and oh my God, I was so happy about that. Aussie Adams Bricks, how are you, my friend? So let's put, I think I'm going to trace this side of the table. I'm almost thinking, though, see, that's my thing, is I need to figure out exactly how I want to do things. I was thinking over on that corner, I'd kind of like a train yard, so I might do that. I already kind of had a setup over here, because what I was thinking, just to kind of explain things to you guys, being that is the runway end, I was thinking this could be like maybe a trailer park or some small industrial stuff with some party stores or something on the ends. But I need to figure out a way to bring the track in and out, because I want this to be something where the train can constantly be running around the entire city. Thank you, Rob. He says it's a very cool setup. I'm just glad to see that it's working. I know I had charged the headset before I did this, so this will also be kind of a test at the longevity of the headset. I almost wonder if I'm going to need to build a bridge or something here. I'll tell you what, let's just go ahead and get some straights, because I really have no idea how I'm even wanting to set this up. So let's just start pulling chunks of track out as we go. And I'm curious, because somebody else had said something to me about after you get so far, you have to have another power supply to power your track. So I'm curious to see how that's going to work as well. Birthday cake, your son is 8. That is awesome. Happy birthday to your son. I hope he had a great birthday and he got all the awesome presents that he wanted to get. Yeah, they're not cheap, General Hammond. I and I know a lot of people kind of probably curse me under their breath as they're doing the Mills plates. I personally think they're absolutely amazing, and I'm sure you like them as well. But you are absolutely correct. They sadly are a bit expensive. Let's start. You know what we can do there? Let's see. And I know, like I said, I know I've had a lot of people actually make comments to me about that. But but at the same time, most people are happy that they started Mills. It's just they always like to tell me that, oh my God, they can't, they love them, but they can't believe how expensive they are at the same time. So if we did that, that might work as well. Rob says, it's official. This is as big as the room he's sitting in right now. And if the mic ever doesn't sound loud enough, or if it seems like there's issues, please feel free to let me know. No, you're absolutely right, because for those of you that are not aware, John Garrett was the one that actually found this lot of train track for me. And without John, I would not have been able to purchase it. And it really was a bargain price. I have to say it was beyond a bargain price for the quantity of track that I got. And for anybody that's into Lego trains, as we all know, this stuff can be very, very expensive. But to me, it was so worth it. It's freaking awesome. That's all I can say. It is absolutely awesome to be able to own this quantity of track. And this has got to get out of the way. And if it falls, it falls. We'll rebuild it later. Mind you, I'm just trying to get a rough gauge idea of what I need and where I need to go. One thing I don't like about the way that I have this going is I can't, because I can see, well, it doesn't really matter, I guess. So see, I can't see how many people are on. I can't see any of my statistics is what I was going to say. But it really, I guess, doesn't matter. And is that going to line up? We will find out momentarily. Rick Sargent says that it is expensive as far as Mills plates. Man, I have way too big a Lego city. I almost wonder if I should cut it over. Not that it's bad going all the way onto the outside. Really, I'll have to look into that. John Garrett was saying that Brick Tracks is making the larger radius electric tracks now as well. Price is pretty good too. Yes, General Hammond, I do believe that FX Bricks is also doing electric tracks. I don't know if they're doing anything besides the standard size, but I do know that they are doing them. And it looks like this would line up perfectly. And I, of course, as I go, because I'm just trying to get an idea, in this corner over here, I'm going to have to end up redoing because this corner has my old track. It doesn't have the 9-volt track yet. But The important question is it does line up, it does meet up. At least it seems like it does. And that would need to be changed. So let's pull this out. Let's see if we can see how big of a loop. Let's see, pull that out. Dallas Moonbreaker says laughing with his city size. Hey, everybody has to start somewhere, and I know not everybody can start with the insane amount of track and stuff that I have. Just for grins and giggles, let's get one of these power supplies hooked up. And I don't have it all the way around because on that building and then this straight piece right up through there, I'm going to have to replace with this track. That doesn't mean I can't do it at some point soon, but I'm going to have to do that. But I just really want to see if I can get this hooked up. Some R104 corners would be great. I definitely agree with you. I would like to get some larger corners. At some point, my big thing is I just want to get something, anything going. And I should have a power source right here. Let's move this piece. Again, this is just me testing stuff out, guys. And I'm probably going too quick, but I want to play with it. And I still blame Steve Weiser for getting me started on this. Because if it wasn't for him, I would never have gotten into the 9-volt trains. He's the one that got me started on this goodies. There's my motor. Okay, this train's going to need a modification at some point, but I am just having a little bit of fun. And I'm just dying to get something to go around it. That will go through. Okay. Oh, I got to get the other track fixed or set up. I'm loving it, guys. This is freaking awesome. Oh, you have no idea how happy that makes me. I got to get this piece of the city altered. A successful test is when only one or two things explode. Hopefully nothing explodes. Excuse me. So I want this thing to run all the way through though now. This is going to bug me. Let's see. How quickly could I fix this? Well, we said this was live city work, right? Let's Can I pull that out? Because I want this thing to run a loop. I'm like dying for this thing to run a loop. Let's see if we can't. I just yanked that apart on accident. Oh well. We will fix it later. Crap, Enola. I wonder if I could just... Oh man, come on. I'm desperate to get this going. Let's see. I get... If the parking garage falls, I won't be surprised. Let's see if I can get all this. Oh, absolutely. No, I'm going to get, trust me, I'm in a hurry now. Now that I've seen some movement, I'm on a mission. If I can, see, can I pull up? Man, I'd have to unwire a bunch of stuff to get that out of the way. Let me go to the back side of the table. This is going to kill me until I can get a full, complete loop. I'm like beyond ecstatic right now. I am super excited. Let me pull some of this apart. I've got power supplies and stuff in my way back here. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Get that out of the way. Get this out of the way. Let's get that out of the way. You know what I actually need to have going music-wise right now? It would be the perfect music. Metallica, Damage Incorporated. Because I will be shocked if I don't damage something with what I'm about to do, guys. And let's see how this goes. Ready? 1, 2, and 3. Come on. Come on, big guy. There you go. Okay. So we got one building moving. Let's get you on this runway. I don't know that I trust it, but okay, let's see if it stands there. Now, let's get this big guy. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Let's get that big guy down out of the way. There we go. And this is my little one, so this one shouldn't be too bad. 1, 2, 3. Get him down. Okay. Now that I got that, what I can do, I'm going to pull these telephone poles off. And they will get replaced at a later date. Because we want this train to do a full loop, guys. I am determined we're doing a full loop tonight. Let's get that out of the way. And there we go. Let's get this Mills plate. And this is a live prime reason on why everything that you do when you're doing a Lego city should be modular. And now, mind you, those are monster buildings. But as you can see, I'm just pulling them apart, moving them out of my way, getting the things that I need. I got to go clear a spot over here. And I will come back around because I can't see the TV from over there. Brick Sergeant says, the city's on the move. Good night, Papa's Bricks. I'm sorry I was a little late on that one. Ronald Weasley, hey, how you doing? General Hammond says, Daryl needs a bridge in that big gap. Yes, I am definitely going to need a bridge. I definitely agree. Why are you dead inside, Ronald? Joseph Pendergrass says, great way to spend my last hour at work. Awesome. Thank you for signing in, my friend. And then Rob says perfect thumbnail shot there. moving the buildings. Yeah, probably would have been a good one. Anyway, we do have that out of the way. Just to give myself a spot. I'm trying to think. You know what? We'll bring it over here. But like I said, though, to me, that is truly the biggest reason why you should work on mills. Because as you saw, I just grabbed the buildings, picked them up, moved them out of my way, and here we are. And now I'm going to bring that whole plate over here. So I'm not going to worry about this side of the table at the moment, so I'm just trying to make myself a clean space to put the base plate, and I hope you guys can see me over here on the side. Now I'm going to move that base plate over here, and we are going to transfer all of the pieces, the train track that's on it, over to the 9-volt track. And here we go with that. Again, this is my live example of why you want to work with mills. Here we go. And there we go. Now that we have that over here, let me pull these trees off. We can rip up this part of the mills plate, and we can replace this all with the 9-volt track. Bonjour, Talus Moon. Hello, Lori. This is just remember, though, Steve, you, my friend, just want to repeat that. You, Steve, are the one that got me started on this. But yes, this is a 9-volt addiction at its finest. I definitely agree. I'm hoping, you know what, let me turn this little camera off because it's actually blocking the view. That's what I came over here to check. Where's it at? Oop, wrong one. There we go. I'm wondering. Let me get that. Let me bring the camera over to it. So I want you guys to kind of be able to see what I'm doing. So let's bring this over here. And bring this down. So I want you to see how I'm pulling this apart. I hope that has it a little better. Hello, Jeffrey D. Conning. Let me turn it up just a little bit. Excuse me while I'm out of breath. I am old, or I'm getting old. Just a touch more. Let me come back here. That's not too bad. That looks pretty good. Thank you so much, Lego Mike. He says, loving the new table layout. And I just want to confirm one more time. Everybody can hear me talking, I hope. At least I hope. I didn't see anybody complain about it. So let's turn this first. Let's get some of my detail work out of the way. And this is probably going to look horrible, but we got to do it. This is a must. We've got to replace the track. Let's get all that. Come on, just come right up out of there. Yeah, baby. Come on. Come on. Get up out of there. Oh, come on. Up. There we go. Now, let's get busy. And let's get some 9-volt in here, baby. Excellent. I see a bunch of thumbs up, so I know that I'm being heard. That's what I wanted to hear. Okay, let's do Does everybody like this setup better than my normal setup? Would be my next question. As far as being able to see the live city work and such. And all this, we just quite simply transfer over for our 9-volt train addiction. Again, thank you, Steve. Because this is all because of you getting me hooked on this. I do 100% blame you. Excellent. Thank you, General Hammond. Brick Sergeant says, looks great. And Jeffrey D. Koenig says, it's bizarre to see how big the city is with the extra tables and you in the middle. Awesome. That's what I want to hear. Because what I'm wanting to do, and I am going to start, for those of you that haven't seen, because I'm trying to make a bunch of different changes to my channel, for the better, I hope, anyway. And some of those changes is I do want to start having guests more often. And I want to do things like this more often, where you guys can physically see me working right on the Lego City, so you know exactly what's happening, how it's happening, why it's happening. And you know what? No, I don't have that. Okay. So I will just leave it for now. Okay, there's 2 of those. Let me scoot that out of the way. Now this is going to take a minute, trying to change over the ballasting. And I'm wondering what I should have done is got some rubbing alcohol. Or another thing that you can do for train tracks, because these are a bit dirty. Another thing you can do, I wonder if I have that. There's like an eraser you can use that kind of, you grind on them. Lego Mike said, thanks, Steve. We got 20 more years with Daryl. And then Brick Sergeant says, might be nice to have a camera overhead also. I will have to invest in more equipment for me to be able to do that. None of my cameras are wireless, so everything is wired. And I have to buy some extremely long, I mean extremely long extension cords. I have, just to have the camera on for the one that I have right now, that is a 40-foot extension cord. And that is what's bringing it over so you guys can all see it. And if I was going to do multiple cameras, I'd have to get a bunch more extension cords, obviously. And I haven't invested in that yet. A GoPro stuck to my head? That would be different. They do make equipment for that, if I'm not mistaken. So that would definitely be interesting. But I could see me trying that. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Get off of there. I like the fact that I can actually look up and see you guys, see the comments. Brick Jester says, keep it going. It's great, and it's always going to be great. And thank you so much. That was a very, very kind compliment of you, Brick Jester. That's clicked back. And how are you in my barn and even alive? I have an Asian beetle in here. He's got to go outside. Here, go out and freeze, little guy. But I could definitely see, and I need to double check my phone, make sure that's not the boss, wherever my phone's at. But I can definitely see doing this. Having this wireless headset is giving me a ton of freedom. And I have to say I like it a lot. Because it's giving me the ability to freely walk around and talk. And there it is. Nope, not the boss. That's all I needed to know. Let me set that over here. Okay, first things first. Let's see if we can get this section back in. Come on, baby. Get in there. Get in my belly. There we go. So that's one section replaced. Now, no, I like I said, I had what the heck? I personally don't think the mic is that great of a mic, but I thought this would still be better than nothing. Thought it would be better than me not talking to anybody at all anyway. Let me put it that way. Before I do that, so this, put that there, and I don't need that anymore. So now, here's the fun part. This is the most tedious part of the trains, is the ballasting of the curve. Because once this is all put back together, I'm hoping I never have to do it again. So I want to make sure I actually do it right the first time, so I don't have to do it again. Yes, it's the modular system for trains. And come here. And I know this is very time consuming, so I apologize, guys. Come off there. Oop. And I just lost. Where did that piece go? So this goes here. Goes there. That goes there. And you guys are talking to each other and answering each other's questions, so excellent. My intention is to try and have multiple trains for right now, because I mean, I am literally just getting started in this. And again, thank you, Steve, for this new addiction of mine that you've got me started down the track of. But, you can control, I think, multiple trains with one power supply. The thing is when you start doing multiple trains, you, if I'm not, correct me if I'm wrong, I thought when you started doing multiple trains, though, you actually have to get multiple power supplies, because the amount of power that each train consumes off of one power supply. And again, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong on that. have I thought about putting spy cams throughout the city to get a minifig view? What I thought about doing, I do like the way you're thinking. First, let me say that. That's an excellent idea. And you're never late, Black Bonnies. Everybody always arrives precisely when they intend to, so don't ever feel like you're late. You are perfectly fine. What my intention, though, back to the original point about the spy cameras and stuff, was I was wanting to start, or get, I should say, a GoPro, because I do want to, I want to be able to put my train, put the GoPro on my train, and then run it through the city and different things like that. So that is definitely something that I intend on doing. Putting one and just leaving it somewhere, I never really thought about. I mean, I guess it's something I could try, though. Okay. Brick Sergeant was, yes, Daryl, you do, and on different track runs also. So I would need multiple power supplies. I'll say that was kind of what my interpretation of it was. I will just be happy to start with if I can just at least get one train to circle the track completely, and then I will try and add some more as I go. But this is today's goal, is to get this bad boy up and together. And where did I just put that piece? There it is. This should be the worst part of it, and then I'm hoping I can just shove the parking garage up towards me a little bit, and then I can just kind of pop the track out and pop the other one in. Because I would really, really like to have a full loop with the 9-volt track. I think that would be freaking amazing. And let's go in there like that. Come on. You are not cooperating. There you go. When you're saying it's going to add weight to it with a few batteries, what batteries do I need? I'm confused on that one. And yes, that is a great idea. You're right, because I could get views from like a train going by from the inside of a building and such. So you're right, that would be a really cool visual effect. Again, we're talking about the spy cam idea. I don't know why, but I have in my head, ding dong, the witch is dead, the witch is dead, the witch is dead. From the Wizard of Oz. And like I said, I don't know why that is stuck in my head right now, but it is. Oh, okay, I gotcha. You were talking about for your display. Gotcha. You guys were probably talking to each other, and I was basically butting in, so I apologize for that. Oh, 2 down, 2 sections to go. We're almost 2 down. Very close. Got one more little piece to get that second piece down. It's up in there. And you get up in there. And that. And that. This is definitely a happy day, guys. that wasn't supposed to come off yet. Or was it? Oh, yeah, it was. Okay, I'm okay. And I apologize for being quiet. This is why me having additional guests and stuff on the channel will be an awesome thing, because then they can be a little more entertaining than I am when I'm focusing on trying to put something together or build something. And I do keep trying to look up at the screen as much as I can. 2, 3, and that goes here. But sometimes I forget that I'm actually live and just start kind of tearing at things. Like I said, I am on a mission to get this 9-volt train working. At the furthest, Steve was saying I need 2 power supplies, same track, furthest distance away from each other to get them and keep them running. Black Bonnie's was saying they tested some magnets on their wheels for movement. Yeah, that is a great idea, Mr. Otker. I hope I'm saying that right. I definitely do like that idea, I have to say. So that is something I can definitely look into and invest into at some point. And the nice thing is I can't be blamed by Steve for getting him addicted to anything, because he was already doing Mills plates before he ever found my channel. So. And when you say monitor the power drops from the furthest point, are you saying like put a I have the word in my head and I can't get it out. Put a voltage tester inside of it to verify I'm not having a voltage loss. Is that what you mean by monitor it? And I just want to point something out to you guys. This method that I'm doing for ballasting of the train track, this is the pin lug method. Because it is something I get asked quite frequently, and I get asked about making videos for it and all that good stuff. And I just want to say I really don't need to make a video on it, because they actually already have downloadable instructions on their website, and I keep meaning to make a video about that, because that is something I definitely want to share with more people, because I don't think that's quite well known as I thought it was. Get that out of there. So we got you in there, you in here. Almost done with the hard part, and I just knocked another chunk off. I don't see, there it is. Yes, or directly to the track. Okay, thank you. Said I will definitely be doing more investigations in. Fran Moo, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. Says, love your job. Lego Mike says, put on some old school Quad City DJs. Come on and write it. I'd love to write it, to be honest. I think that would be freaking cool. I might have to do some green screen or something and try that sometime. Make it look like I'm writing it. Put that one there. And now I got to get this all off. That piece is done. Come on, we are almost done. I am dying to get a train to run around this track. And my goal is tonight. I want to see it happen tonight. And then I might make a video about it tomorrow. Just for those that missed the stream. And that's got to get replaced. Was that one of those? No. That's there. So what am I missing here? Where are they at? Oh, there they are. So I got this guy, and then I got to get these all out of here. That's how I feel too, Rob. That's why, because normally I would probably have quit for the night. Because this was more of a test just to see if the mic and all that good stuff was going to work. And now that I've started it, I want to see it do a loop. I want to see it do a complete loop, and it's going to drive me nuts until I do. And that's why I am in a hurry to get this stuff put together. Because I already streamed, I think it was, what, 2.5 hours earlier? I think it was a 2.5 hour stream earlier. My thing is I really don't want to have to do this more than once. So now we got that. And I think that piece was part of that connection. And it is. So let's get everything's in there. It's straight. Let's get this pushed on. Come on, baby. This has got to come back up a little. There we go. Now I just got this last bit of straight track, and I will, okay, let me get this first. Straight. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It says a new round of Red Bull. Probably isn't a bad idea, my friend. It's going to go there. That goes there. And then this one. This one. And now, 1, 2, 3. I will worry about the landscaping crap later. Right now, I just want this sucker in. Come on, baby. Get in my belly. From the words of Austin Power. Come on. Why aren't you going in the hole? Probably not the first time somebody else has said that. Let me get some of this landscaping stuff out of the way. Yeah, I see some of the problem. Let me pull that out. Let me pull that out. Come on. Let me pull all of you guys. Get up there. Let's pull all these back out. These are getting in the way. I can put them back in after I get it back down. And then I need these out. Okay, now let's try it. Oh, you're so close. Just go in the hole. Come on. Why are you resisting me? It's so close, but so far away. Oh, come on. I just got like two little pieces. And my plants keep getting in the way. It just doesn't want to cooperate. Okay, what am I doing wrong here? You're holding me up. And there's just one little... And why? I got this piece down, but now I'm buckled right here. Like it's... And I see why I'm buckled. Let me get my little pick. Piece popped underneath it. Usually, everybody knows this. I know especially Kenneth Swan anyway. These little picks here, these are a godsend. Gary Carney says he's got a Lego room in Ireland. That's awesome, man. Oh, come out of there. I don't want to pull it all back up. Please come out. Come on. Here, little fishy. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's like just stuck right where I can't. Oh, you rotten. Oh, don't go back in there. No, 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 no. Step, step, step. No, no. Oh, and then another piece falls off. Okay, let's pull it back up, because it's just falling apart as I'm doing it. I'll just have to pull all those little pieces out around it. If I can get it back up anyway. Come on. So I had two pieces that popped off, and now I got more pieces popping off, so it's just becoming a bigger mess. Make sure that's all sweet and tight. Okay, that's sweet and tight. Now let's get you back on there. Get you back on here. Let's get this next piece right here. So that'll go there. Now before I snap that down, just to make this easier on me this time, let me pull all these out of the way. Hopefully that'll make it smoother. And then I also need a couple 1x4s under there for extra strength. Because that was part of my problem, is that the the piece that it's resting on or trying to go against is trying to kind of pull in a little bit. Or rock in, because I don't have proper support underneath it. So we're going to properly support that now. Lego Mike says time to Bevinize. So let's go 1, 2, 3, 4. And let's put that one there. So now that'll give me that. So that'll be stronger now. Let's put this one here. So now that one won't buckle. It should only take a minute, I hope. I'll just leave these pieces off. Let's pull this one up. Go right there. And now we need another one right here. That should alleviate my problems. Okay. Now let's try this again. Let's put this piece back on here. Put this one back here. And let's shove it back in the hole. Come on. Let's not break the entire track like I'm trying to do. Let's pull that out of the way also. And that out of the way. Okay, it looks smooth. It looks lined up. There we go. I think we got her that time. And there we go. Like I said, I will put the landscaping back on at a later date. What I am going to do is just quickly fly through and put these pieces back on, just to get them out of the way. And I just heard one piece fall. There we go. Put some of these guys back on. I will do the rest later. I just want to see this thing run. So make sure this is pushed down. And that's all pushed down good. Let me slide these parts out of the way. Like I said, I will get it back together proper tomorrow. right now I'm on a mission just to get this track running. There we go. Hey, Joseph, how you doing? Yeah, it's always time to Bevinize, my friend. Anyway, let's get this guy. Let's see. This is the front, so I need to grab it from the back. Here we go. I got to replace this quick piece. This should be a quick and easy. Two more straights. And this section needs to be replaced anyway, so I'm not going to worry about making it pretty. Let's get this popped on. Come on. There you go. Now we got to get the pain in the butt, the parking garage. So let me scoot this. And I need to pull that part, this piece, and I got two more I'm hoping I can reach from that side. I made these tables entirely too thick, I'll be the first to admit. Oh, I totally forgot, guys, to re-aim the camera. I apologize for that. You guys can't even see what I'm doing. And let me scoot it back just a little bit. Do I plan on streaming tomorrow? Yes. There. Let me double check that that's all good. Good enough so you guys can see what I'm doing. How are you doing, Jonathan C? I apologize. Looks like I didn't miss too many comments. This has got to lay down for a minute. I got one there, and one here. Now I'm hoping keep the track out of the way for just a minute. And this part is not going to be the easy part, I see, because the way that I tied it into here. Because I used the flex track for this. So this was put in a different manner and fashion than I normally would. Trying to think, do I want to pull this totally out? So it would probably be easier. Yes, I will adjust that before I actually run it. Let's see if I can't destroy my parking garage first. The sucker's heavy. Oh, God. David Dunnigan says, you should build a little table with wheels to move builds around. Yeah, with the size that I have, I definitely agree with you, my friend. Some of this stuff actually kind of kicks my butt when I'm trying to manhandle it. That's my track. Let's see if I can't rip. My green screen needs to go somewhere. The Santa sleigh, that looks like a cool set. To try and speed things along here, let's see. All this has to come out of the way. Now, we should be able to just start popping them all out. Going round town. Got to get all this flex track up out of here. This is actually making me sweat. Trying to get all this apart. Thank you, Ozzy Bricks. Yes, I am switching over to 9-volt track. I didn't want to go any further with my display or anything, because once I got that track, I know I needed to replace this section coming through. So far I have that back piece replaced because I just did that. And now I'm trying to get this little chunk out from my parking garage real quickly. And I thought I needed to do, and it's looking like I do, I had a curved piece right there. I don't think I'm going to worry about it right now. I'm going to try and make this work the way that it is. But I needed to replace that also. And I need a brick separator. Let me grab one. So I need to be able to pry this up a little bit. It's definitely more fun than exercising. Totally agree with you. Why doesn't... Okay, there we go. Get up. Oh my God. That back wall supporting this. How can I get that off there? You're going to fight me all the way. You really are. But of course, why wouldn't it, right? Why would it want to be easy? Don't need that. Incorporating my tracks into my buildings. Now here's the problem I have. I don't know if you guys can see it or not. This bottom support wall of the parking garage is actually under this row of plates, and that is what's causing me my grief. Trying to figure out the best. I don't see a good solution except just to rip the whole frickin' building up. I don't know how gently that's going to want to. And that ain't gently, but it did come off. Ooh, that's going to leave a mark. Yep, that's definitely going to leave a mark. It's crumbling. The parking garage might be taking a fall tonight, guys. Let's get you up. Come on. This far, I can't turn back now. Come on. Let's go. You can do it. Come on. Come on, baby. There you go. Now let's prop you. See if you buckle. Now let's see if we can get. Come on. If any of it breaks, it's only flex track, right? At least that's how I'm looking at it anyway. I could, and I probably should, but the thing is that I've already tore it apart to this extent, and now it's in the way of this portion of the track, so I want to get the whole thing out of it. It doesn't mean I have to reintegrate it tonight, but I do have to get it back over here where it's out of the way. Okay, you got out of there. Let's get you. Got that out of there. I'm stubborn like a mule too, though, so that does not help me at all. Once I get something in my head, I'm doing it that way. I'll be the first to admit it. I am very stubborn like that. And this is probably, it might crumble, I don't know, we'll see. I'm going to try and finish driving it through. I'm not going to totally worry about, here's what I think I'm going to do. This might be a quicker solution. Let me pop these out of here. I will put brick in here because that'll because the way that I did it the first time with the flex track was a totally different method, and it's because I was using flex track. This time I'm using actual track, so I won't need the extra clearance that I had. So I'm just going to pull this out. I'm going to go grab a handful of 1x2s, and then I'm going to replace all these supports that I'm actually using with 1x2s, and then push it all back down as best I can. And then I will worry about the reintegration at a later date. But since I'm already here for this, I'm just going to rip this stuff out. Hopefully no minifigs. It's not the minifigs I'm worried about. But no minifigs are in the building. So they're okay. They're safe for the moment. At least I think I'm looking at doing this right. Come on. I am so close to being there. Come on. There you go. Now let me get my handful of 1x2s so I can smash that back down. And there we are. Got some yellow 1x2s. Man, to walk up to that building like I'm doing, let me turn that just a little bit more. To walk up on that building like that, it looks like it's about to come crumbling over. It does look small, doesn't it? It's all right. It's going to grow pretty quickly, I hope. At least that's my plan anyway, is to try and quickly get it back together. Because I'm going to start trying to work on a lot of smaller builds now. Because there forever, I was always worried about my skyscrapers and everything. And I'm going to try and give the skyscraper stuff a break for a little while. Because I really would like to get some filament into the city. What I mean by filament is get some coverage. I keep seeing everybody else making all these awesome upgrades, and it's like I keep spending 2 months building one building at a time because I keep building these insanely tall buildings. So I want to start focusing on some little goodies. A drone, I do not have one, but that would be fun. At the same time, I can actually stand on my table, so I could possibly simulate a drone using my cell phone. Maybe, possibly. And hey, Brickman, how you doing? And thank you so much. He says, loving the new tables, creating a lot more opportunities. So I'm sure hoping so anyway. Rob says 2022, the year the city comes to life. I sure hope so. So I got that, my main thing is I still got to deliver that commission job, which the day of delivery is January 5th is the day that I actually set that up at the Houston headquarters. So that week of January, my wife and my daughter are going to be traveling with me to Texas. So we're going to make that kind of a little fun family vacation. I feel like I just sounded like Chevy Chase. It's going to be a family Christmas. But I'm hoping then once I get back from that, which I'm trying to get as much done here on this as I can before I leave, because I still got, 2 weeks till Christmas? And then right after Christmas, a couple days after Christmas, right after New Year's, I guess I should say, is when we are leaving to head down to Houston. And I cannot wait to go and drop that off. It should be a lot of fun. I know I'm excited. I'm excited to see their thoughts and feelings, because to me, it was 227 hours of time that I actually spent building that, and I'm just hoping that they're as impressed with it as I personally am, because I feel it turned out absolutely amazing. And R. Claxton, thank you so much. He says member for 3 months, so tonight must have been his renewal date. And again, thank you, R. Claxton, for being a member. Now let's get that shoved down. Let's pull this back out. Come on, don't collapse the whole building, please. And will this go down without totally crumbling? Is my next question. Okay. So far, so good. Come on, baby. There you go. That's what Daddy likes. There we go. All right. Got that piece back together. Now I just got to finish. Let's see. Where's my pieces of track? Those are attached. What's my span? So just to make life easy on me, I'm going to do the same thing on this side just so I can get it back together quickly. I'm going to rip these out and just put in my 1x2s, get my plates back down, and then I can slap the track in there and I can come back through and finalize it, finish it, make it pretty, all that good stuff at a later date. So let me just get all these out of here. And then as I go to, while I'm building the city, I will be making other alterations. Because I don't want the train to just run around the complete exterior of it. I would like it to actually wind through the city, but this is just me trying to get it together. Ned B, how you doing, buddy? Hope that new job is working out well for you, my friend. Yes, I do intend on painting my back wall. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. I had I debated on actually airbrushing it a little bit. What I mean by that is paint it blue and then airbrush with, well, I say airbrush, rattle can some clouds over the top of it, because you can do things like, for example, you can buy, or what was I going to say? Oh, you can make a stencil. You can even buy stencils. And then what you do is you just like put like a gray start, and then you do the white on the top. Then you can do a few levels of the white, so that way it adds a little depth to the clouds. And I thought about doing that, but at the same time, with spray paint can, airbrushing, whatever you want to call it, rattle canning, my fear is that the overspray would get on the Lego City. So I would have to get some really big drop cloths or something to try and protect the city. So I don't know if I will necessarily do that, but what I must have ripped. Where did I? Yes, I did. Here it is. Because I need this. There we go. That's the corner. Now let's just start running these pieces back over it. Actually, it should go there, and there. There we go. Now we can just start running it down. I'm going to have to be a little bit more cautious when I go to slide this back into position, because with the way that I've ripped it apart, it's going to make it a little bit more fragile. So the first week went well, and it's all you thought it would be, so I'm hoping that it's a good thing. I know you said you can be home every night now, so that was the big one for you, and I totally understand that. That's why I never wanted to get in that field. I had a bunch of my friends that actually did it, and most of them ended up being open road, because that's where all the money was. So I always sympathize with anybody that drives an 18-wheeler, because you do not get to spend the time at home that you should be able to. You know, I haven't checked my battery. I'm hoping I've still got some battery life, though. And that's got to come out, because I need that. So does that one. There we go. It's got that. come here. Now I just got to get a few more up here on the front. Not that these totally matter because they're not supporting anything. Next big thing is get this guy back up in here. And that should be right 2, 3 there. Let me get these supports back in here. And I think we'll be good to go, guys. There you go. Oh, you're driving on nighttime then, Ned? I thought you drove during the day. But you've always been kind of a night bird anyway. Because even your last job, didn't you work, I know it wasn't nights, but I thought it was afternoons. So you worked until like 1 or 2 in the morning or something. I hope I'm not giving up too much information on the live stream. Just trying to realign some of these guys a little bit. Get up there. And I'm not really even going to worry about straightening up all that wire right now. Okay. Okay, it all depends on what they need covered. I get that. Either way, though, as long as it's better than what you had before, that is all that matters. If it makes you happy. If it's making you happy, I'm sure it's making Mama happy, too. Let me get this out of the way. Now, let's see if we can just kind of slide it over. Going to go around town, as SpongeBob would say. Around town. So I'm trying to not have to pick it up. There we go. Oop, I snagged the wall. There, I think that's got that. So now we can snap this back together. And, oh. And now we can snap these on. Snap this in. Hey, Eggtown Egg, how are you? Good, I hope. I have not seen you in a while either. Boy, I'm seeing all kinds of faces I haven't seen in a while. Okay, so you were second shifting later. More cash. That's all you can ask for, man. And all you have to do is drive. Yeah, because before you were kind of the boss, weren't you? Rob says the anxiety watching that moving. And yes, it is nice to be in the city, Eggtown. I have to say, it's long overdue. Let's see if we can get that. There we go. I think this will complete the loop, guys. I just got to get back to the other side, hook that piece back in. Like I said, I'll worry about some of those finishing touches at a later date. Right now, pop off, and actually, that looks like it needs to come this way just a, there we go. Just a touch more. And come on. Get in there we go. That other side is pushing. Hold on, we have an alignment problem. Ossie Adams says he was holding his breath. Let me get this chair out of the way so you guys can see a little better. Even though my big head keeps getting in the way. And that's why we got an alignment problem. I pushed it down in the wrong spot. There we go. Okay, that's connected. It's connected there. I'm dying to make this thing run, guys. Get over here. That's connected. That's pulled. That's what I wanted. Now let's push this together like so. Yes, yes, yes. And oh, come on. There. I think we got it, guys. I think we got a complete loop. Let me just double check. Looking at that, I know the table's a disaster. I will make it prettier later. But for right now, I just wanted to see, just double checking, connected. Okay. Brick Sergeant, thank you so much. Brick Sergeant just donated $5. I can totally relate to you on the whole manager thing, Ned. Trust me. That's something I'll talk about on live stream, though. Lucas Pozo, thank you. I'm going to double check the camera just because I want to make sure you guys can see everything. So if you want to see the full loop, let me re-angle it to the right. I believe Ossie Adams said that earlier. Let's see how it goes. Double check it one more time. Bear with me because I got to run back and forth. Crap, a little bit more. That's the downside to having such a large space. Every time I want to make an adjustment, I got to walk 30 feet. Coming back, let's see. Okay, it's all in view now. Now what I'm almost thinking is I have a regular car. I thought I had, there it is. I think that would look actually cooler. Let me grab this bad boy. Which I guess it really don't matter because I have no way to hook any more cars to it. We're going to do it anyway. Let's put this, because it would make more sense to have an engine running than a car. There we go with that. Okay. Here's the moment. Well, it's the moment I've been waiting for anyway. Hope it's the moment you guys have been waiting for too. That is straight, so it won't go over. Here we go. Should probably slow it down just a little bit. It made it! We have 9-volt trackage, people. Now that is freaking awesome. I'm ecstatic. Oh, that was worth it. It was definitely worth it. So worth it. Rob says perfect. Silverado says, wow, that looks great. except the train track is hanging off the right side in the corner a little bit. I got to take one piece of track out. I wasn't too worried about it at the moment. I was just in a hurry to get this thing hooked up. I will be making adjustments, though. You're absolutely right, Silverado. Oh no, we're gonna let it run for a minute. We wanna make it. We're giving it a burn in, is what I call this. I like to give anything I do a burn in for at least a couple minutes. The thing actually runs pretty good too. I'm surprised. Now what I can't wait to do, and I'm gonna have to work on it, but I have this little dude here. This is not a GoPro. This was a cheap off-market one. What I think I'm actually going to do is buy an actual GoPro, because I want to try and get as much built over here as I possibly can. And then what I want to do is I want to start running a train throughout here and have the GoPro hooked up on top of it, because I think that would make some really awesome footage. And then, like somebody had mentioned earlier, and Rob says, cheers silently as it's 4 a.m. Yeah, you don't want to be too loud. Lego Mike says, choo-choo. Eggtown says, great job. And again, thank you so much. And it's so nice to see so many of you guys that I haven't seen in a while. But I know I've been kind of incognito. But there's just so much I want to do. One of the first things I'm looking at is I do have to start, because I know a lot of you guys were already aware of it, I was going to start transferring all my roads over to the new road system, because I really think that will speed a lot of my process up. So I was going to use the new roads, because I still think this is an acceptable looking road. And then I even have parking spots that I can put down in front of the buildings. So this is what I'm going to be converting to. I think that's going to help me speed things along. Just as a quick test, because he was right about this being too far over. Let me just shorten this up by one piece of track, because it is too far over. I definitely agree with him. There we go. Much better, which I'm going to have to drill a hole or something to make the power supply work better. Hey, Guy Martin. Holy cow, dude. I haven't seen you in forever. I hope you're doing well, my friend. I kind of wondered what happened to you. Glad to see you're still around, though, buddy. And yeah, I'm up late, so... But I finally got the 9-volt train working, and I really don't see, because I know what Steve was saying as far as possibly needing a second power supply, but man, this thing like freaking flies. I don't think I would want to go or worry too much about, which I guess I should keep in mind, I don't have anything getting pulled behind it, so that might make a difference. I will have to do some voltage tests tomorrow, though, just to see if it does run well. But 11:20, I can't believe I'm up that late. I usually try to get in bed by then. Oh, goodness. Yeah, it is 11:20. Holy cow. But since I'm seeing a lot of new faces here, as far as people that are popping into the stream, do you guys like this type of setup that I'm doing right now in the aspect of me actually doing live city work? And then I know I'm going to have to get a better headgear, because personally I don't like the tinny sound of this particular headset. This was just a cheap $20 headset, and this was just something basically to give me something to test to see if this type of setup would actually work. But I'm just curious if anybody actually likes the new setup, and if they feel I should continue moving forward with it and investing a little bit more into it to improve upon it even more. I know, I believe it was Brick Sargent even made, Hectonic says the train zooming. It zooms really well. But Brick Sargent had even mentioned about possibly getting a few cameras or like an overhead camera and stuff like that to kind of focus in on the specific area that I'm working on. And I love that idea. So what I have to do is I have to buy some more camera cords. I also do have to buy another camera tripod or two. So, and awesome, I'm glad to hear that. Everybody's saying yes, they love it, and they're looking forward to more. Perfect, perfect, perfect. David Dunnigan, yes. Kenneth Swan, Kip Hoffman, Hectonic, Eggtown, UT63, Mason Mills. Great setup. Love it, love it. Love the view and the constant commentary. And thank you so much, Mason Mills. Brick Sargent says, works great this way. Rob says, it's awesome watching this style. Don't think anyone else does it this way, and it's great. And thank you. I thought I don't remember who it was. Somebody used to do some live city building, and I want to say it was Christopher Bricks used to do it that way every now and then. And yes, I agree with you, Mason Mills. The headset does need to be improved upon. That, to me, that would be a huge improvement. Again, this was a really cheap garbage mic because I just wanted to see if this would even work very well. Yeah, Silverado. It's a lot of it's because of the cheap microphone, like I said, and because I personally do not like the sound of it. I know I can probably turn it up a little bit because part of the problem might be that I got it too close to my mouth, and I just put it a little bit further away. But again, I do intend on making or getting a much better camera or microphone, I should say. And thank you, Steve. Mr. Let's get Daryl hooked on trains. I didn't think the culprit was still present. Steve Weiser, the actual culprit for hooking me onto the 9-volt train system. That is the guy. And CC says, so jealous of your square footage. Nothing to be jealous of, my friend. All you have to do, well, I know I say all you have to do. If you have a house with a basement, you can use that because, I know it might not be 1,800 square feet, but the average person probably has at least 900 to 1,000 square foot in their basement. You can convert your basement into a workspace. I think that's a great sizable space. I know Steve Weiser, for example. Correct me if I'm wrong, Steve. You have, 1,200 or 1,400 square feet in your basement? And Steve has, let me tell you, he has some amazing space. And Steve is another 9-volt nut. Like I said, he's the one that got me started on it. He's got a ton of it. And he's actually getting his set up right now. So he's kind of my inspiration into regards of me wanting to get a lot of this working the way I got it working. I will tell you this, I'm going to be putting some crossways because I need to get more movement here. I want to have more than one train just zooming around. I do want to have a train over here, or I might even just skip it and just keep the train over here. We'll see. But I could put a T-track or something somewhere in here or something possibly. Maybe run a train up that way. But either way, I'm still excited to finally have this sucker going. Absolutely, Lego Mike. Totally agree. So think of all that money you're saving on no more batteries. Yeah, Steve did. I give him credit because it's funny because Steve got me the transformer and everything for a track. About, we'll say it was a track about this size. And I don't know. I felt like a kid on Christmas though, because when I got that and I set it up on the floor and I plugged it in, it was, well, I'll give you a prime example. This isn't from when I was a little kid, but it took me back to my childhood youth because, man, when I was a kid, this was it. This was it. It was Lionel trains and it was Tyco cars, man, all the way. And which this is lifelike. I don't have, I think my Tyco's up in the basement or attic, but in the minute that I turned that train on and I got it running, it was just like an instant flashback and instant joy. And it's like, oh, I got to have a train now. I got to have a 9-volt train. Oh, I didn't even think of that guy, Martin. You're right. You don't have basements down there because of snakes and all that stuff. There's no basements in Texas either, Eggtown? Seriously? That I didn't know. I thought there was, or I would have thought there was anyway. But there again, they still do have the snakes and the spiders and all that, so I do understand that. Hectonic says, seeing this makes me want to buy more trains. Hey, trains are addictive, buddy. They'll get you. That would be awesome, Kenneth. I totally agree with you, but I don't know that I could afford the track and then the space, which I guess if I ran it outside, it wouldn't be so bad. I'd have to have a tube or something, though. You know what I mean? Like, like the bank. You know, when they got that tube, you push the button and it shoots the money up into the bank. I need like a little tube like that to run from the house to the barn to the house. I know I need to set my slot cars up just to play around a little bit. I'm not going to put it on my Lego space, but slot cars are awesome. What I really miss, because I had a lot of my, and I'm still angry about it to this day, I had lent, a buddy of mine was setting up a bunch of stuff at his house. I was still fairly young. I want to say I was around 22, 23. I just got my house. My buddy had his house, whatever, so on and so forth. I lent all my Tyco stuff to a buddy of mine, though, because he was going to set up everything down in his basement, and I forgot I did it. And within like 6 months, he had moved out of his house because it was a rental, and he left it all there. I was so mad. Oh, you have no idea how mad I was. And that was how I lost all of my Tyco stuff from when I was a kid. And what really upset me the most about that is the Tyco stuff that I had all my stuff. And on top of that, I had my uncle's trains, or not trains, but Tyco slot cars. And, I mean, some of the slot cars were from the 50s and 60s. So I was, like, really devastated that happened. And I had really had a hard time ever letting anybody borrow anything from me ever again after that had happened. No, you absolutely agree with you, Rob. There's a lot of train sets, but the problem is there's not a lot of good train sets. You know, because every year they come out with a train set. But the problem is a lot of them are just reinventions of the previous train. It's like, you know, the train I have running right now, which is the passenger train, looks good. At least I think it's a decent looking train. You know, let me shut it off and see if I can't add some cars to that bad guy. But the thing I was going to say, though, is they've basically made this exact same train. Oops. They've basically made this exact same train in yellow, in blue, in white, in orange and black, which is the Horizon. I mean, they're all basically just, you know, another version of that train. It's like I would like to see more stuff like the Maersk train, the Emerald Knight train, the Santa Fe. I would love to see them come out with another Santa Fe. That was a train. I still kick myself in the butt for not buying it when I could have. I still regret not buying that sucker when I could have. And it'd be nice if they would come out with, and I don't mean they have to try and just re-release the old set. I mean, come out with a new version of it or something similar to those. The Crocodile train's a beautiful train. I think it's really cool. I have not built mine yet, but I know it's probably a great deal like my Emerald Knight in the aspect of it's a nightmare to get going on a track and have everything running on it. It's really a pain in the butt. No, I am personally sticking with 6 wide on the trains. Here's my feeling on the trains with the 8 wide. Don't get me wrong, they look awesome. I think they look absolutely amazing. And this is just my feelings and my thoughts. If I was to go 8 wide on the trains, I think it would make my buildings look off. And again, this is just kind of my feeling on it. I feel like I'd have to redo some of my buildings and make the buildings a little bigger and broader. To me, I feel like these are reasonably detailed enough. And I don't know if you guys can see them. This is the kind of stuff that I build for my trains anyway. These are 6 wide, and I think these are very acceptable. At least I'm happy with them. So I will stay this way. But the other problem with the 8 wide is once you go with the 8 wide, now you're starting to go length. To really make it look good, you want to add some length to it. And when you start adding the length to it, when you come across these standard small little itty bitty Lego corners, now your train, the belly of the train will be over here as it's coming through the corner. And that's kind of why I'm going to stick with the 6 wide. I feel it's a good portion. And I do understand because my cars are 6 wide. So really the train should be 8 wide for it to be properly proportionate. But to me, it's a better look to keep it on the 6 wide. And I'm doing great, Bobby Bands. Hope you're doing well as well. But and I mean, it's like anything. You can really do a lot of different things. Because even, the 8 wide cars, a lot of people are really big on the 8 wide cars. And I agree, they're very cool. And I was trying to remember where the heck I put the rest of my train. But my problem with the 8 wide trains or the 8 wide cars is they they look more. I would rather do an 8 wide train as opposed to an 8 wide car because the 8 wide cars, they look so out of place. The thing I will say is they are extremely detailed. They look impeccable, and they hold two minifigs very easily with all the detail. So I get why people love like the Speed Champions and all that stuff, but again, to me, it doesn't really work. Is just my feeling of it. And with anything, you got to have a little give and take. And as much as I would like to have my entire city 100% custom, I am trying to do some stuff where it's basically just sets, just so I can move forward a little bit, because I feel like my city's never moving forward. So I'm going to try and focus on some stuff that's just a little bit on the easier side anyway. And man, this sucker is heavy. Oh, this is the drive end. That's why. That's the drive side. So let's take this off, and I just want to try and quickly make this look a little bit better, if I can anyway. Wanted to change the trucks. These are not the ones I was thinking they were. I'm supposed to have side trucks somewhere. I believe that's what they're called. I might be wrong on that. But I wanted to see, I know it's 9 volts, and I wanted to see if it was going to still pull halfway decent anyway. And I don't know where my trucks are. These are all the magnet pieces. Well, I will just click on one more and see how that looks anyway. Holy crap, I just looked at my screen. I got 67 people watching. I don't think I've had a live stream with that many people on it in months. So thank you so much, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate that. That is absolutely amazing. Take care, Rob. I can't believe you stayed up that late, buddy. Anyway, I will be doing a lot more stuff, and I will be doing more streams, so do not be afraid. This is not like the last one I'm going to do in a while, because I know that's what I kind of did. Kind of disappeared on everybody there for a bit. I might have to make a few more passenger cars just to see how many I can get it to pull. And for anybody that's into trains, you'll know that with those magnets, they don't necessarily hold together really well. And there is a trick for it. I haven't bought them yet. I actually need to get back into that and buy some. But there's a stronger magnet that you can put between them that'll actually hold them together better. And you can have up to like 8 cars to where it'll chug them along really well. How long have I even been streaming here? I got to go back to my screen to look. I can't, like I said, I can't believe how many people are watching. It's like, oh my God. And then again, thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate the support. Oh, we've been streaming for 2 hours. No wonder I'm tired. I think I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here. I'm happy I got my train track completely assembled. It's going around the entire table, so I am absolutely ecstatic. I will be making some more videos tomorrow, though, or more videos. I will be doing another live stream tomorrow, hopefully at some point, and hopefully I do intend on trying to do some type of video or something as well, so I hope you guys all look for that. I'm really glad this setup worked. I am going to try and do more live streams like this in the future, just like I'll be doing more live streams of my actual build space and all that. So expect to see a lot of things in this coming year. This is just one of the new changes you can expect to see, so to speak. But anyway, did anybody, Brick Sargent is the only one. I'm not going to run that beautiful bean footage because from what I see, I only had one donation, and that was Brick Sargent, so I want to give a very special thank you to Brick Sargent for donating the $5 during the stream. I really do appreciate it. But anyway, like I said, I'm going to go ahead and end the stream here, and I did not know that, and thank you so much for telling me that, Steve. He says if you use the trucks from the 9-volt motors, they will drag the 9-volt. Okay, I was not aware of that. I will have to invest in some. But anyway, that is going to be all for tonight's live stream because, like I said, I am getting tired and need to take a break. But we will be back tomorrow with some more entertainment, I hope. So as always, thank you for coming to Bevins Bricks. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share below. And hope to see you next time having a brain cramp.